Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. In the Caro-Kann defense, c6 supports a quick d7-d5 pawn push to control the center and challenge the e4 pawn. d4 grabs control of the center and attacks the e5 and c5 squares. d5 controls the center and attacks the e4 pawn. E takes d5 opens up the center. White can now develop the light-squared bishop to d3, where it will attack black's kingside. C takes d5 recaptures the pawn on d5 and leaves the c6 square open for the knight to develop. Bishop d3 develops the bishop to an active diagonal that controls the center and attacks h7. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the pawn on d4, and controls the e5 square. c3 defends the d4 pawn and allows the queen to develop on the queen side. This prepares the bishop for development, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center, developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. Castling gets the king out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Black develops the knight and attacks the center. A solid choice. Castling to the same side of the board is a more cautious approach. Very precise. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. This overlooks an opportunity to tactically win a pawn. This threatens to tactically win a knight. Now black can't stop white from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. The queen is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This threatens to tactically win a knight. This avoids clear danger. This offers an equal trade of pieces. The game was close to balanced, but now black is worse. A clear recapture. This is the strongest option. This forces the opponent to double pawns. A straightforward recapture. This threatens to win material through a tactic. This overlooks a better way to defend a pawn that was under attack. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. With this recapture, black introduces a new piece to the game. This allows the opponent to counterattack an opposing queen. This threatens to tactically win a bishop. This avoids clear danger. The clearly correct move for a threatened queen. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This allows the knight to control more squares. After all captures, this is an equal trade. A clear recapture. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. White activates the last piece, bringing all pieces into play. This challenges the other rook for control of the open file. This is an equal trade. A straightforward recapture. This creates luft for the king, providing it an escape square. This loses a pawn. That pawn was free for the taking. This moves the bishop to safety. This is the way to win a pawn. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. One of the best moves. A very strong play. White's knight has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This is a fair move. This is not the right idea. Right on target. This evades the check from the rook. Very precise. This permits the opponent to activate the king by getting it off of the back rank. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. This is the strongest option. Right on target. The clearly correct move for a threatened rook. Very precise. This overlooks an opportunity to move a rook to safety. This is the only good move. A solid choice. This is the strongest option. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This is the only move that works. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. A clear recapture. That's fine. Right on target. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. This moves the bishop to a more active square. Black's bishop has moved to a square with greater activity and control. The correct move to safety. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. Very precise. This is the strongest option. The game is still close to equal, but white lost their advantage. The game was close to equal, but now white has the advantage. One of the best moves. That's an unfortunate error. This is a fair move. This overlooks a better way to evade the check from the right on target. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. That's fine. Very precise. This is the strongest option. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. Right on target. After all captures, this is an equal trade. A straightforward recapture. A very strong play. A solid choice. This steps away from the checking rook. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This is a fair move. This threatens to checkmate the king. This moves the bishop to a more active square. This wins a bishop. This blocks the check from an opposing rook. Very precise.